Welcome back to another edition of Talking Ball. It's Jack here, and today we are looking at Joan Beringer ahead of the 2025 NBA Draft. Beringer is a very intriguing prospect, a true traditional rim running, shot blocking center. There aren't many of those in this year's draft, and he's a guy who I do expect to be drafted in the first round. All right, so let's talk first what Beringer does well. He is extremely fluid. When you watch this guy play, I watched a full game and some of his highlights here. He is just, for someone his size, which I think is about 6'10", he's 18 years old. He just is really fluid with his movements. He moves much more like a guard than a big man. He's light on his feet. He's able to guard smaller players, switch out into smaller players, and defend the rim. He's a tremendous shot blocker. We'll get into those stats a bit later. And his just overall mobility is just really impressive. He's a plus athlete. He can hedge and recover. He can play drop coverage if you need him to. You can really mold him into whatever defense you'd like. And I think his defense is just well ahead, I should say, of his offense, and that will help him get on the court for winning teams early on. Now, when you talk about his offense, that's where some of question marks come into play more for Beringer, but I don't think they're really so detrimental. He's not, he's not a guy right now who can do a whole lot for you offensively. He's really a guy who can dunk, score around the rim, if people make plays for him. And he's shown it a little bit of ability for like a mid-range jumper. I don't think that's going to be too much of his game, especially in his first couple years in the NBA, maybe down the road. And then lastly, I do like his ability to pass out of the short roll. It's one of the things I've noticed with Beringer that I think is pretty promising. His ability to pass out of that short roll area is pretty advanced for someone his age. Again, 18 years old for Beringer. Now, maybe some of the more negative things for Beringer. Not much versatility to his offensive game we just talked about. He's pretty limited right now. And that's okay, and his defense is certainly well ahead of his offense. He doesn't have traditional center size. He's about 6'10", but he does have good length and athleticism, which I think makes up for that. And at times, defensively, he can jump too early. He gets a little bit angsty. It doesn't stay patient, and that has led to foul trouble for Beringer. So statistically, you're looking at a guy here who averaged, about 4 or 5 points a game for Cedevita Olimpia, which is a Slovenian team. Just about 5 rebounds, shot 60% or so from the field, and averaged just over 1.5 blocks per game, which is pretty damn impressive considering he played about 18 minutes or so. I think Beringer is a guy who's going to be selected in the first round. I don't think he's going to be a lottery pick, but I do think in terms of those traditional rim running centers, I think he's the second best guy in this draft in that mold behind Kaman Malowacz. And I think he'll have an impactful NBA career, a long NBA career, is what I think for Beringer, because I just think his defense is that impressive, and that will get him on the court. And his offense will be what it is. The more he can advance it, the more opportunities he will get. But I think no matter what, he's an NBA rotation player. So let me know what you guys think about Joan Beringer. Who else you want to see me profile here? Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and see you guys next time. Peace.